I think of the young men who have gone from this building, the Dynamite Kids, Davy Boy Smith, Jim Neidhart, Junkyard Dog, the Iron Sheik, the list, Jake Roberts, the list goes on and on. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, etc., etc., etc. There's been some great action in this building. We want to take you back to yesteryear and have a look at some of it right now.
Pushes mics up, vibe getting higher. Special guest J-Ro bringing spark to the fire. Stories on stories, we're setting the tone. Two flames fans living in a victory zone. Quest for fire. Quest for fire. Quest for fire. Turn it up. It's the quest for fire.
All right. Welcome to the 5th episode of the Quest for Fire podcast. I'm your Neolithic host, Zachariah May, joined by my adventurer in good tidings and in bad, cracking eggs and cracking heads, good old Tim Lowhorn. Welcome, my friend. Welcome back, episode 5.
It's good to be here. Unfortunately, there's no Mike. He's out and about, but it's a wonderful time we got. Special guest today, our main critique of time.
One of our 10 listeners.
Yeah, one of our 10 listeners, J-Ro, or Mr. Loftus.
John Rory Loftus, a.k.a. Mr. Many Fires.
A.K.A. the commissioner.
The commish of our fantasy hockey league.
Yeah.
Yes, mice and gods. He's here. We had to really jump through a lot of hoops, skate a lot of laps on the ice just to get his people to okay and a lunch with us, but we got him.
Apparently right now we're peasants to him because he's first in the league, I think, right now.
Is he first in the league? Finally.
He's first in the league.
Finally.
Guess who's second?
Geese do. Probably you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Hey, guess who's finally going to start making a comeback now that Brady Kachuk's off the IR? Nistu. How about that? Ha ha. Yeah.
Oh, you're not in the playoffs, eh?
No, I'm not. I had a rough start to the season. I wasn't even setting my lineups, to tell you the truth. It was pretty bleak.
That's a great excuse.
But here we are. December 19, 2025. 6 days until the fat man jumps in the chimney, drinks your milk and eats your cookies, and leaves a bunch of gifts for your spoiled kids. That's right. Kris Kringle's on his way, folks. He's getting the sleigh ready. He's getting the reindeer fed. He's polishing Rudolph's nose. There's 6 days to go into Christmas. Doesn't feel like Christmas at all.
Well, this is the Christmas pod.
This is the Christmas pod. The Christmas Quest for Fire pod. That it is.
Yes, it is.
So, let's get started. First period here, buddy. Cue the horn.
All right.
Cue the horn. All right, who wins the first face-off? It's you. Timmy wins the first face-off. He's just quite the centerman. His face-off ability is so deft.
All right, well, update from the week or from the last pod.
From the last pod.
Well, the weather kind of been a little strange. It's cold today. Outside of that, been looking at doing interviews for a new AI assistant for our podcast. I think we might have found a winner, but we'll have to wait on that.
I'm not going to comment.
I know you don't like the previous AI. You and her kind of had a little bit of a fallout there. Didn't take long, but even though she spoke the truth, and said, but outside of that, we're watching Quest for Fire. I don't know, other than the Christmas time and busy time of year, and then all the other stuff that happens to go with it. I ate some beef rib last night. It was really good.
Beef rib? Where did you eat beef rib?
Oh, yeah, Montana's.
Oh, we went to Montana's for their beef ribs, eh?
Montana's.
I love good beef rib.
Oh, yeah. Funny enough, with our current guest, he actually recommended to check out Gaucho's, so So back in October, I actually checked it out for the first time.
Brazilian barbecue.
Brazilian barbecue gauchos. So definitely don't go if you ate anything during the day, so make sure you go there with a hearty appetite, because man, there's like 14, 15 types of meat. There's chicken heart, there's all slew of whatever you think of meat wise, whatever, if it was living and breathing, it's on the plate. So it was a pretty intense experience. I got so full that I was unbelievably full. I don't know how.
Did you have the meat
I was
sweats?
eating literally everything they were just bringing to me. I didn't even know you could say no. I just thought you just ate until you had no more room, and then you turned the cart over on the red side. But I was just eating everything they were bringing here. I was like, yeah, give it to me. Yep, give it to me. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
So you ate some chicken heart.
Oh yeah, I think I ate like 7 of them.
7 chicken's hearts.
Yeah, like
Sounds like a Christmas song.
it was pretty tough. Not gonna lie, it was pretty tough.
7 chicken hearts a beating.
It was pretty. It was like eating liver.
6
It wasn't.
beef
It was
livers
like
livering.
pretty bland, not like a lot, but it was chewy and whatnot. But I think the Brazilian beef steak. What was that? What was that called?
Oh, the picanha.
Yeah, picanha. Oh my, that was the best. That was the highlight.
It's crazy.
That
how
was a highlight.
good that
Picanha
is,
was,
eh?
I don't know if
That
they
cut.
purposely just cook it great, because they have ribeye there too, classic ribeye. But the picanha was the best, and I think I don't know if they just unpurposely prepare it the best and put it out the freshest. But it was amazing. I was like, oh, this picanha. Like, I know we're in a Brazilian restaurant, but like my go-to is ribeye, and but the picanha there was amazing, and I was like, oh my goodness.
I watch this guy Guga on
Oh yeah, Guga. He
Facebook.
cooks all this different type
all
of
his
steaks.
in many different ways, right?
Yeah,
His
yeah.
favorite cut is the picanha too, and it's apparently the way you cut the top sirloin. It's the top sirloin cap.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
just
a cow. Yeah.
it's beef. It's definitely beef. But no, I've heard the
Some
picanha is
countries is worshipped. So
oh, it is. It's right. No, but it is definitely like one of the more intriguing cuts. Because I'm mostly a T-bone guy, but because you get a little bit of the filet mignon, you get the New York strip, you get the 2-in-1, you get that nice hunk of bone, you get to chew on.
I never had a true tomahawk. That's one thing I.
Maybe we'll do a tomahawk one day. Maybe we'll go find a place that does a
Yeah,
good tomahawk.
yeah, that doesn't charge like $400.
There are places that do a good job for a decent price.
Yeah.
We'll just have to find them. We'll have to.
Well, you can buy a tomahawk for like $60, $70 at a decent butcher.
We could do that, and I could cook it. I want to cook it on a barbecue though.
Yeah.
Finish it on a barbecue. It's a big piece of meat. It's a big piece of meat. So you
Yeah,
went
pretty thick. It's like what about an inch and a half?
yeah, it's pretty thick.
So you gotta, and then you're cooking it with the bone in. So you gotta get it right.
Yeah.
It's not exactly
Child's
So
play.
yeah, you gotta actually be, it can't be your first rodeo. You know what I mean? You gotta at least have some type of cooking skill to cook that piece of meat.
I like the imagery you just painted there with can't be your first rodeo because rodeos they ride a lot of cows. There's a lot of cows involved in rodeo.
Yeah.
And
Steer and
steer and calves and
I wouldn't
bulls.
mind trying horse.
I've probably eaten horse. You know, if anybody ate Burger King back
Anyone
in the
ate
90s,
Taco
if you
Bell?
Taco Bell, Taco Bell. It was mostly like
Probably ate some cat before. at one of these-
indeterminate substances that was in their meat. It was like 40% of their ground beef was actual meat.
Yeah.
And I know that Burger King in the 90s, there was horse in their ground beef. So I've definitely had my share of horse.
Apparently, don't eat horse if you're a boxer because you might pop positive on your tests,
Interesting.
like Canelo.
Interesting. Or maybe
Said
that's
it
just
was
what
horse meat. Same with Alistair Overeem. He was popping on the roids, and he said it was because of the horse meat.
Okay.
So whatever they feed their horses,
Probably roids.
yeah, it probably wasn't even horse meat they were eating, anyways. Straight roids. It's like that was.
Yeah, so you had some Brazilian barbecue. You enjoyed it. You ate 15 different cuts of meat.
Well, that was like
gaucho.
a couple months ago. It's just J-Ro's here.
A couple months ago. I
Yeah,
thought
that
this was
in October,
recent.
but it was like Because J-Ro suggested it. He was suggesting it to me for the last couple of years.
Oh, I see.
And it even switched locations before I tried it out. It used to be down, was it, by Chinook, and then they actually moved closer to J-Ro. You know.
Yeah, they're down in Southland, I think, now. Yeah.
Yeah, right. They're pretty soon it's going to be like in J-Ro's basement.
Honestly, I think an idea like a Blackfoot grill, I think it'd be a really cool like opportunity. Imagine we were doing like bison and beef, and we had these like big like open pit fires and grilling all these different cuts. Oh, it could be good because we do the bison harvest. I had you come out, tried some of my stew I made. We did it right in front of the band office.
The broth. Yeah, the broth was really.
Do you know
good.
how much bone marrow I put in that broth? It was so rich. But yeah,
It was very rich.
Cooking over. We had a wood-fired stove, and
Yeah.
so I think it's a great idea. It's perhaps there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that happened in October. But what else is new? You remember last time we potted? You were saying you were still processing your political
we don't
forays.
need to talk about that. We're done.
So
with that.
are you feeling like have you decompressed fully from that time in your life? Are you feeling back to normal?
No,
You're still traumatized.
I still got a lot of texts and still got a lot of people contacting regarding, the political sphere. But to me, that that's at least shut off for now. There's nothing I can do. I didn't get in there again in those meetings. You know what I mean?
You didn't. I remember you were saying you were still decompressing. So I'm just kind of collecting.
But the positive
my
is,
wits.
there's one positive is there's like all the people that been coming up to me saying that they supported me and they're hoping that I get in, and even especially the ones like even some young kids who weren't even voters, teenagers saying, hey, like we were watching your forums and stuff like that. And then they're saying they're enjoying it, but that's all they watched. And I was like, well, that's pretty good. Just because, in the hockey realm, I'm involved with the hockey and stuff like that. And some of the boys are just interested because they know me. But
they were saying they saw you at the forums. They probably liked what you had to say. So that's a good reflection of your quality and what you were trying to bring.
so I just got to wait till they become of age to vote.
Which isn't long.
A couple more
It's probably like next term. So, what else is going on with you? That pretty much it. Just get ready for the holidays and.
Yeah, well, trying to get to the holidays and then relax and then finally be at peace with nature and Santa and all those, Krampus and everything that comes during these times.
Shout out to Krampus.
Shout out
Krampus is my favorite figure of the holidays because, he's the only one who really cares about the bad kids. Santa's just spoiling all these other kids. It's Krampus who's willing to beat kids to make sure that they act right and don't end up lifelong criminals. Shout out to Krampus. They make him seem like he's this big demon. No, he cares.
Shout out to Santa, low-key, peeping Tom,
Which Santa? Coca-Cola's Santa? Or
the one that watches you while you're sleeping and sees you while you're awake?
So
knows if you've been bad or good.
So be good for goodness sake.
Yeah, or else he's gonna friggin' come to your door and friggin'
strangle you while you're sleeping.
There's a reason why no one ever seen him.
Drinking your milk, eating your cookies, and then just slipping on those satin gloves and finding you in your room and just choking you ever living.
Well, there's a reason why he's wearing a red suit. You know that.
Tell me why.
There's a theory that when I was younger, my dad kind of told me. I was like maybe 11, 12 years old. But I ended up telling my class my dad's theory, and it kind of traumatized a couple of students.
Nice.
That Santa was actually a cannibal. And that's why no kid ever seen him for real because he ate them when they seen him.
Never heard that one.
Yeah, he's a cannibal, and that's why his suit's all red because all the blood of all those innocent kids he ate up. And that's why they say you got to put cookies and milk out because you got to divert
Pacify
them. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I just ate all these kids in this house. Oh, I might get something sweet here. I'll leave these guys alone,
Dessert.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's a thing, cannibal. Maybe it's a cool
Cannibal
horror
Claws.
movie. I don't know.
That sounds like a wicked death metal name for a band. Cannibal Claws. Not like claws of like an animal, but claws like Nick.
Cannibal Corpse.
Saint Nick. No, I think the whole red suit, that all came from Coca-Cola. Because the real Saint Nick, he was like this dude, like in this Scandinavian dude riding around with a reindeer pulling a sled.
Well, he used to bring stuff to
Toys
people's
to-
houses.
yeah.
He was a priest.
Yeah,
He was a father.
yeah.
Yeah, one of those guys you go into penance and yeah, yeah.
He's a legit real dude, man.
Yeah.
He was a real dude. So yeah, that's interesting to know. Okay, well, yeah, getting ready for the holidays. Good to hear.
That's about it. But everyone wants to know what Zach's been up to lately.
Everybody wants to know what Zach's been up to.
What kind of
What has
videos have
Zach
been watching
been up
lately?
to?
Yeah.
I just finished my third go around of The Wire. Fantastic television show.
I have yet to watch it.
You gotta get in there. It is
You
honestly
watch it,
it's
J-Ro?
some of the most compelling TV I've ever watched. It's just like the character developments are really unique and really thorough and expansive, and it's quite the spectrum of meaningful characters. I got to say, my favorite character in all of it is got to be Bubbles, the former heroin addict who finds the road home, the road to redemption in the end, after all he went through. It's very rare that a TV show will suspend my disbelief. And there was a couple scenes where he was in AA and he finally summoned the courage to talk and share his story. And I shed a tear. The only time I've ever shed a tear watching television was during the episode of Beasties.
When Matlock got canceled?
No, Transformers Beasties. When Dinobot foiled the plot of Megatron, who was going to kill humanity from the record because they had that time disc, and they found us in the Rift Valley vulnerable, and they put on this diversion to distract the rest of the Autobots, and Dinobot was the only one who knew about it, and he was a former Decepticon, Predacon, and he stood in the gap for humanity. He saved humanity. He died, and you watch his Allspark go into the ethers.
Yeah.
And he was given a warrior's burial. And I shed a tear at like 4 a.m. watching that episode, all dark in my room. I saw that. I just brought me to tears. But it wasn't as many tears as Dinobot's death, but there were some tears shed there. It felt like a real moment. I felt like I was like a part of that AA meeting, witnessing somebody come to the light and then come to enlightenment and save themselves. But terrific television show. Just finished that. I recommend anybody watching it.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn, and it's a lot of conversations with some decent poignant parts of action, gunfights and sex and, some violence, to keep people interested. It's an HBO show. It's got to have that thing to be HBO.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and also, I just got back from Edmonton. I was doing a job up there. I worked with Downey, PG, Procter & Gamble's Downey. They had us do this commercial for this new product that they were releasing that they're claiming can clean even the smelliest of clothes. And you're a hockey guy, so what do you know about hockey gear stinking? It is probably the most foul sports equipment on the planet. Yeah. Hockey equipment. No matter how many times you wash it or let it air out, even if you don't, man, that stuff is foul.
Yeah. So just a quick story on that.
He's ready to go. Give us a take.
Yeah. So
he's got a goal. He's got a breakaway. He's going in on the goalie.
So on the weekends, my son's team, the U18 Buffaloes, they play, so these last 4 home games, all their home games, I've been the announcer guy for their goals and stuff, which was actually always a dream to be an announcer guy. Goal scored by number 17. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't do it like that, but more natural. But
more natural.
Okay. Yeah. No, I keep it natural to my voice. A lot of people tell me they love my voice. So, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, but that's what we're hoping for, Tim. We're doing a podcast here. You want people to feel like your voice is
J-Ro's here.
An
He's only here
voice.
because of my voice.
That's the only reason. It's so soothing.
But what happened is, so we're doing that, and we the last home game here we had against, I believe it was, who was it, Hannah? We're playing Hannah, Alberta, and they cleaned us pretty good. But I remember at the end of the first period, the starting goalie was literally came off the ice last with the team, and I was going to go grab my coffee, and I just walked by the starting goalie, and I was just like, oh shit, that kid owns a cat. I'm like, just the raunchiest cat piss, and I'm like, we have guys who have like there's raunchy hockey equipment.
Oh yes.
But it's even raunchier when the guys own like cats, because then the cat like pisses on
the equipment.
and like they don't notice it because like the equipment,
They're nose blind.
It's like stinks, eh? But but you walk by, I'm like, shit, that smells like freaking 3 different cats, bro.
Oh God.
Oh my God, and 2
I
of
can
them
only
are male.
imagine. You know that you found a way. You literally scored on that breakaway. You found a way to top the disgusting association of hockey equipment. You topped it, but because you added a little layer to it, and that's cat piss. So disgusting hockey equipment with additional cat piss. That's more disgusting than I could have ever imagined. Thank you.
Well, imagine if the kid didn't even own cat. Where did that came
What kind of sweat is that? When your sweat smells like
How
cat
did
piss?
that? How did
I can
the
believe
chemical
it.
biology
I don't
of that? How did the
I don't know.
chemistry of that create such a foul, like post mortem rigor mortis smell?
That mimics cat piss.
Like literally, you let a guy die in your hockey equipment and left him like for a year,
and
and
then
then
the
you grabbed it
decomposition.
from him, put it in like some crazy lady's cat house, and let them have at her.
So Downey is claiming that their new product can clean even the smelliest hockey gear. They even brought in a couple of Olympians from the women's American Olympic hockey team.
Ooh,
and
I'd like to know which
yeah,
ones
shout
those are.
out to Lila and shout out to KK. They were super great. Their moms were so funny too. It was these great dynamics of the player and their mom reliving like all the memories of stinky hockey equipment around the years, and then so thankful that they had equipment managers to manage that the moms didn't have to wash it anymore. But it was
They
a
wash the
riot.
equipment. You don't wash hockey equipment.
Well, these moms did. So some of it like jerseys and pants.
There was nobody.
Socks.
There is no Canadian boy that freaking washed their hockey equipment. I never washed my hockey equipment.
And that's probably why you are who you are today.
That's probably why
In a
Sports
basement
Swap went out of business.
Making a podcast. Yeah, so I got to do that. That was a lot of fun. Met those two. And I was trying to troll them, right? I was trying to say, because I don't watch that much women's hockey. They were there because there's a Canada-USA series that was ongoing. And I didn't know that the series was 2-0 for the Americans at that point. And I was thinking like, oh, it's a 7-game series. It's going to go long. And I was teasing KK. I was like, oh, KK, it's been a lot of fun working with you, but that silver medal's going to look great on your neck. She's like, no way. We want gold. And I said, okay. Because I'm always, going to support Canada. Not so much to understand what the series is at between the women's teams at that point, because it's pre-Olympic. But they were up 2-0, and they worked us. I saw the scores. They were bad for Canada. The American team
Should have
dominated
asked
us.
you to be on the pod.
Game 3 and 4, I'd reach out to them probably. Games 3 and 4, we got worked even harder. They've dominated us 4-0. Canadian girls, what's up? Like,
No,
step
these
it up.
These American girls are coming after them.
Yeah, they are. They're coming after hard. And honestly, the America-Canada rivalry in women's hockey is probably the best hockey you'll watch of women's hockey. Like those girls hate each other, and there's no one else to even compete with them.
Well, even in men's hockey, U.S. is surpassing Canadian.
You say that. I disagree. Let's take that to overtime, though. We'll bring J-Ro
sure.
into that
J-Ro can join.
discussion. So,
But of course, he's on a tight time frame because he's
because he's tight like a tiger. He's got a date tonight with his lady. Shout out Lisa. All right, that's the end of the first period.
I can cut that out.
All right. So you have any sponsors there, Tim? Who do you want to sponsor?
Well, speaking of old used hockey equipment, they're not a sponsor. Like we don't have any sponsors, unfortunately. But to keep the tradition alive, I'd like to shout out, just a block over from the place here is Second Chance Sports.
Yeah, they're a great store.
If you like, they're a little expensive, but if you want to get something that is retro, like a Cooper helmet or a Joe
Wooden stick.
helmet, wooden stick, the Nike skates from the late 90s to 2000s.
Old Tax, yep.
Oh yeah. You get the Coopers, you can get the Louisville. Well, they still make Louisvilles, but you can get the Cohos. I was a Coho guy when I played. Well, basically dated myself a bit, but
Hey, I was a Titan guy.
But
I found a Titan there.
I wore Coho because of Lemieux. I was a big Lemieux
I
guy.
use Titan sticks because of Nicholas Lidstrom, so I get it.
I think everybody used Titan 6.
People love the Eastons. Everybody, as soon as Gretzky came with the aluminum stick, everybody got on that train. But you know who didn't use aluminum sticks or composite sticks? Connor Geeky. His dad, when he was teaching Connor Geeky, who's breaking out for the Boston Bruins right now, only gave his kid wood sticks. So shout out to
I
Second
just
Chance
traded
Sports.
for Connor Geeky I traded Jarvis from Carolina to Cowboy in our Liga,
Man, that guy's
Cowboys League.
He's a wild man.
Yeah, he got me Morgan Geeky, and I said, "Well, if you want to make those type of trades, I got
Morgan Geeky. That's right.
yeah Morgan, but I got Connor Geeky is
His brother, his younger brother, plays for Tampa.
yeah. But
Morgan's breaking out.
yeah, but I got the one from Boston Bruins, the
Morgan.
Geeky from Boston Bruins,
Yeah.
and I told Cowboy, well, if you want to make a trade in J-Rose League here, Mice and Gods, I got Jarvis, and you have Geeky also. Let's make that deal. Let's make that deal, bro.
I'd keep Jarvis.
Well,
He's better plus minus. Oh, actually, in Mice and Gods, plus minus doesn't matter. Only in Cowboys.
that's probably
league.
why it is.
In his league, plus minus. That stat really skews the way you draft. That plus minus, you can't just because I wouldn't take Macklin.
But plus minus is such a crapshoot sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It can really tank a lot of players, the values. Like Macklin Celebrini in Mice and Gods versus Macklin Celebrini in Cowboys League is like two different players completely.
Yeah, they both suck. But
Like I'm talking, he's one of the rarest teenagers
dude.
on the planet.
there's one guy who
Only
absolutely.
two other teenagers have had point streaks like him. What are their names? Oh yeah, Sid the Kid and some Gretzky guy.
Yeah.
He sucks.
But
all right.
Connor Bedard blows them all out of the
Oh,
water.
you know what I
with,
mean? You blow him
respect.
from far away. Okay.
So hey,
Shout
hey,
out Check and Chance Sports. Thank you for sponsoring the first intermission of our fifth edition podcast.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
All right, let's get into the third period here. Second period, sorry. All right, Timmy, hit the horn. I won the face-off. Oh, pull the face-off out. I'm going to welcome the man, the myth, the legend, the commissioner, the tallest guy I know, John Roy Loftus. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, good to be here. You guys keep mentioning my name every episode, so I thought I'd make an appearance.
Well, it's because you're that much of an important figure in our lives.
Yeah,
J-Ro.
you manage our hockey league, and you make sure our trades go through.
That's right, and
Kindly.
you make sure there's no shenanigans, and you make sure that everything's on the level. You're not corrupt like that Gary Bettman or that Cowboy Smith guy.
Even though we call him Gary, the Bettman, Six got Bettman, but but it's actually pretty crazy timing because I think this is the first time I've ever seen J-Ro at the top, and J-Ro's at the top right now.
Yeah.
Well done, J-Ro. And you know what? You've consistently never been at the top so often that nobody could say you've ever been tilting or skewing any of the metrics that you can control to put
years.
yourself in a position of power. So now it's just like you've waited so long that everybody just is happy for you, and now I want you to win it first until the end of the very end of the finish line, man.
Yeah, it's just long-term planning. Just choose your keepers and keep those keepers, and they're going to pay off eventually. And this is the year.
Who are your keepers again? Let us know. Here.
I got my two goaltenders, Ottinger and Vasilevsky.
One
Very
of my
good.
old keepers.
And so those are the two that are my backbones, and I don't have to worry about the
Goaltending at all.
third.
Just Vasi has to be healthy. That's
Yeah.
it.
And so once I got those locked in, then I just got to worry about the offensive stats. And yeah,
Who's your third
can be-
keeper?
My third keeper was Eichel.
Oh yeah.
You have Jack Eichel.
That's not a bad keeper. Like he does put up a lot of points. He's not going to score a ton of goals, but he gets a lot of power play time,
he's like one of the
face-offs,
best two-way.
shots. He is really good two-way. Man, what is Buffalo doing?
Yeah. Well, J-Ro would know. He's basically the Buffalo, what they want right now.
Yeah,
According to Zach.
what is
J-Ro's been on this 10-year rebuild.
he's finally at the top? No, he's the Sharks, if anything. And the Sharks didn't even start rebuilding to that long ago. They just did it right. You know, they got rid of the guys they knew weren't going to get him to the top. They got rid of They got rid of They got rid of
How do you
Hurdle.
do it right? When
They got rid of Carlson. They got rid of Burns. They got rid of guys, Pavelski. They got rid of Timo Meyer, guys who were still
rid of
relatively
John
young
Chichu.
or a little veteran, had a name. and they got rid of them at a time where they could recoup some really good assets. And then they started tanking, and then they had a support from their fan base that everybody knew what the process was. Mike Greer's done an outstanding job. They landed a number 1 overall pick, like Macklin Celebrini. They got Michael Misa in the wings. They got enough of assets that they were able to get Askarov. Askarov looks like a stud goalie.
Meh.
I like him.
We'll see.
Yeah, and not close to Dustin Wolf.
Not everybody can be close. Not everybody close to Dustin Wolf, your favorite donut to glaze.
Well, Celebrini, he can only wish he can be a Connor Bedard.
He's
He'll get there.
better. He's a center. He's an
Bedard's
actual
a center.
center. Yeah, right. He's
Well,
not
what's the
winning
main
cross.
stat that makes them center?
The guy, if he lines up and if he's responsible,
Did you check
for
the
the other
face-off
center,
percentage? They're both 47% face-off. They both suck at center.
show me that who takes more draws.
That just comes down to
wanna bring it
strength,
out?
and that's why Bedard got injured, is because he doesn't have the strength.
Yeah,
No, he got injured because of a dirty shot by that
No.
bastard Braden
He
Shen.
lifted his stick and he pulled his
He
shoulder out.
cross-checked him.
He cross-checked his
He
other
cross-checked
shoulder.
it. He
His
cro-
other shoulder he cross-checked.
so now
Cross-checking is illegal in hockey. You can get a penalty for
Now
that.
our
Lean
10
into him.
And
now our
you
10
can-
listeners
you
have
can-
a window into one of our
you
chat
can-
groups.
You can
This is how they
risk
talk in our
an
chat group.
injury if you cross-check somebody. Anybody. Cross-check Connor McDavid, he'll get a...
You cross-check someone in the left shoulder, and his right shoulder pops out.
Yeah, what's up with that? How does that work, Tim? Where's the physics on that? Connor Bernard needs to get stronger.
Yeah.
Celebrini is
Celebrini needs to get stronger.
man. Have you heard like some of the training stuff that his family does? Like his family is like they're these crazy
He's
athletes
terrible at face-offs.
because he's 19.
Yeah, a terrible center,
But he
too.
still lines up at center. He's a terrific
They
center.
have nobody else to play other than these kids.
They got Toffoli,
They got Will Smith. They got all these talented young
Wenberg,
kids.
Alexander
Yeah.
Wenberg.
Yeah, and they got Eklund. So like
Who's a
they're
talented young kid.
See, like they got talent that he can play with and he can hide behind, or whatever. Bedard is by himself. So
You
the
keep saying
moment
that. He's got
was,
Bertuzzi.
the moment he missed, he missed the first game against Detroit, they couldn't even score. Chicago couldn't even get on the board. They couldn't even create any offense without Connor
Hey,
Bedard.
sometimes those cases happen.
Hey, Connor Bedard doing it by himself. He doesn't need no Will Smith, no any of these guys.
Will Smith, you acting like Will Smith from Fresh Prince is going to save the day.
He don't need any of these other guys like Celebrini needs them.
Hey, my point is
Celebrini
that
won't even be the
San
best player
Jose-
of all those guys.
San Jose rebuilt the right way.
The
Buffalo,
organization. Yeah.
the organization is doing it right. Buffalo, however, finally have a good guy at the helm in Kekalainen.
Okay,
I like
well-
Kekalainen a lot.
San Jose was last year, so yeah, they're doing it right.
Yeah, but look at them. They're on the
Chicago's
up and
better
up.
with Bedard
I don't think so.
by himself.
I think there's more
There's
prospects
nobody on
in the San Jose
Chicago.
pipeline.
But we're
Dickinson,
talking about Flames. Let's get back on track. We only have Jero because
a
this
little
guy's
while. He's
high
a man in
demand.
demand. He's a man in demand.
We luckily got him on here, and it's a short period of time. We don't want to be arguing about
Hey, it was inevitable. It was inevitable.
Yeah,
Like we were going to
San
have
Jose
some of
Sharks
these.
suck still,
Let's
and you
just get
guys
out
are
of our
talking
system.
like they're any decent. They're still
Just
brutal.
wait. Just wait.
You just wait.
They're
You
on
told
their
me
way.
2 months ago Bedard was nothing.
I never said nothing.
No,
I
you
said
said, "Oh, he's average. He's going to be an okay player."
Yeah.
and I told you wait 3 months. Oh no, 2 months. Wait 2 months. And what happened last pod? Listen, last pod. Connor Bedard was like second in scoring.
I'd still take
Connor
Macklin
Bedard-
Celebrini over Connor Bedard.
Hey, if Connor Bedard played if you switched them both right now, Celebrini would have 10 points.
Yeah, right. We'll
Yeah,
see.
he would because
we'll
he's a
never
messy
know.
player who's out of position. He does like all of them don't really know how to play in position. They're all just skating around passing the puck.
Hey, I see the
of course, any dumb guy with like any type of skill playing all this ice time will get some points.
He's second in the league.
Yeah, because he's playing like every single time.
Yeah,
And he's playing with
'cause
all
he's a
these other
valuable
kids
guy.
who are just as skilled, and some of them might be better than
Not
him
just
down
as
the road.
skilled. No way.
Yes, 100%.
He's a rare player.
100%. Eklund,
He's a rare
Will
player.
Smith.
He has a better supporting cast because San Jose has rebuilt
because
better.
they sucked. There's
and
no-
I think
there is
Buffalo
no-
could take a page from their notebook, and so could Calgary. And let's get
Hey,
to Calgary.
hey. There's no skill to
You're right.
sucking. Look
That's
at
not
Edmonton.
true.
Look at Edmonton.
That's not true. Look at Buffalo.
Look at Edmonton. Oh,
They-
how great are Edmonton? What geniuses to get Draisaitl and McDavid and Bouchard and all these guys and
Bouchard was a ninth
Ryan
pick.
Nugent Hawkins.
He was a
what
1 overall pick.
masterminds was Greg McTavish? What masterminds
McTavish?
was Chiarelli? You know what
Your
masterminds?
Scottish roots
like
are
Mike Greer,
eating
who's
haggis right now.
ever since he took over the
Angrily.
team, they've been last in the league. What a mastermind he
Just
is!
wait. They're on an upward trend, much like Anaheim is too. The way Anaheim is playing, you're going to see a lot more.
Their upward trend is right where Buffalo was 5 years ago.
No way. You think San Jose is equal to Buffalo? No.
No, I
way.
tell you right now that
But we were
Celebrini-
criticizing Buffalo because they let go of Jack Eichel for nothing, and that was J-Ro's third keeper. Let's get back to where we're starting here. Thank you for sharing those, J-Ro. It's good to know.
supposed to be
Yes,
talking about the
everybody,
Flames right
yes,
now?
we're all like to bicker about sports.
We don't want to listen to Zach Clean, Celebrinis,
His weenies. But come on. I'm not that weenie hanging from the tree, missing an arm in Quest for Fire.
Sellies, Breenie, Weenies.
Beans and weenies.
Okay, you better calm down because right now you're smelling like a little bit of shark right now.
Okay, I'm smelling like a shark.
You're gonna need
Glacier.
that stuff, whatever they
Smelling
had
like
in that
shark fin
commercial,
soup.
bro.
Smelling like shark fin
Smelling
soup.
like that.
It's a delicacy, bro. An endangered delicacy. Actually, I despise shark fin soup. Thumbs down to shark fin soup. Okay,
Well,
so
you know who ate shark?
Oh, I had shark.
you've had shark, Jero?
J-Ro ate
San
shark.
Diego.
Where? In San Diego?
No.
Went just where we were staying, walking up the street. There's this little restaurant. Went in there, and then just checking out the menu. It's like, oh, it says shark. I asked the guy, is that like real shark? He's like, yeah, it's just so ordered it, and they season it, so it's like, taste because there's not much taste to it, so they have to season it a lot, and then just chewy, but it's
You
experience.
tried shark? Good for you. How much did you eat? Like a
Is
big
it-
hunk of it?
Yeah, just like a little steak size.
Steak size of shark. Do you know what
Yeah.
kind of shark it was?
Nope.
So,
Okay,
so
kinda
J-Ro,
Mystery shark.
I have one question for you. Like, if you left that shark meat in the San Diego sun for like 3 days straight,
Yeah.
and you smelt it, would that smell like Zach's breast right now when he talks about Celebrini?
I doubt it.
Q. Hey, Q, you prick.
Bedard is better.
Why is Bedard going to miss the Olympics then, if he's so good?
Well, because Braden Shen did a dirty job on him.
We already established
No.
he hit him in the other shoulder.
He
That's
was
not how it works.
borderline
Physics.
before, and he's going to miss now.
Physics, Tim. All right, so J-Ro, let me get your assessment of the Flames. We have gone back and forth on the Flames for 4 episodes. We kind of have the same opinions. Tim wants Anderson to resign at a competitive value. I think this is Anderson's last chance at a big contract. He's going to want out. Flames know that they kind of have to soft rebuild. They don't want to sign him to a number, so they're going to shop him around. He's probably going to go before the trade deadline, at the trade deadline when prices are a lot higher for those types of players. And then he thinks Wolf is going to Vezina caliber goalie who's going to lead us to a Stanley Cup in the next few years. I disagree, but I do like Wolf. I think he's a good goaltender. I think he is a very talented goaltender in the mold of old goaltenders who used to save the puck, not just be big enough to block the puck, like a guy like Jake Ottinger, who went all Ken Dryden on us in that 2019 playoffs. Man, he went crazy with that time. But what's your assessment of the Flames so far?
I think they're overproducing. That's their problem. They have a good culture of winning, and that's what the players believe. And so it's very hard for them to go into the tank mode. If we need to, we need to move out some of these heart and soul guys like Anderson, like Kadri. And once we do that, then we should be able to drop and get a good draft pick because we need a good pick in order to get the missing pieces because we're not going to get it via draft, or no, not going to get it via trade. The only way you can get it is through a draft. And then I think we have the good enough coaching, and that's why we do have such a good culture. Is the coaches really bring the team together, and so no matter who we bring in, you give them a few months, they're going to adapt, and we should be in good shape within the next couple of years by the time the new arena comes. But yeah, we got to stop winning.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you, man.
And so the sooner we move Anderson, it's not going to happen right away, but maybe after the Olympic break or something, we'll start to see some movement. And yeah, if we can get some good prospects and maybe a draft pick for Anderson, then that'd be a good trade.
Yep, I agree with you, Jero, but it'll just be funny if you're like sitting at the head office of the Calgary Flames and you're trying to talk to the owner and just be like, well, this is the one thing we got to stop is we got to stop winning.
That's what you got to do. That's what people got to be honest about.
They got to be honest. Like, do you want a team that's going to win it all, or are you happy being in the middle, just sneaking in and selling tickets and like having a decently full stadium who are still excited about each game and send them home happy? And I was going to add one addendum to you. The only way to get top talent is, like you say, is from the top of the draft, or you bilk a team like Buffalo into trading Jack Eichel. And Calgary was almost in that deal.
We were in the trade. They wanted.
We didn't want to give up Kachuk. Yeah,
We should have in a heartbeat.
well,
we had too
in
many
hindsight,
wingers.
in hindsight,
Imagine you
Not in
had
hindsight, when the rumors were out, it was like, make that trade.
everybody in Calgary wanted that trade because we still had our window open. We had Goudreau before free agency, Goudreau and Eichel, and then we have Monahan too. You move Monahan to the wing, and like, man, that guy. Honestly, I still think you put Monahan at a wing spot. He gets less punishment from being in front of the net.
to be fair, the verbal that came out of Kachuk that became public came out after Gaudreau signed with Columbus Blue Jackets.
But even then, though, like, what do you want? Do you want a winger or do you want a centerman? And a centerman who had, like, I want a centerman. I want a two-way, 200-foot,
Then sign him.
top-ranked centerman.
Trade for him.
We tried, but Tree Living didn't want to pony up. And you know another trade that Tree Living didn't want to pony up? Your beloved Juuso Valimaki. He didn't want to give up for Mark Stone. Imagine Mark Stone on a line with Goudreau and Monahan.
Hey, I still love Juuso. If he didn't get injured, he would have been a great defenseman.
We probably compete against Edmonton in that series a lot better than we did. I swear to God, Mark Stone drags that team forward.
No.
He was an element that we needed sorely. He was gritty. He was very responsible defensively. And I think his
If
leadership...
we had Jack Eichel, we would have had a chance, but no, not with Mark Stone. No,
I think so.
Mark Stone.
It's tough to say because it's moved.
He does well with Vegas because Vegas plays to that style, that tempo. On Calgary, playing the way Calgary plays, no, Mark Stone would be completely useless against Edmonton. And two, even then, after game one, Calgary had no chance. No chance
look at
whatsoever
this.
beating Edmonton.
Our playoff momentum died as soon as Kachuk broke his hand in that fight with Michael Raffle. He should have never been fighting that plug. He never should have been doing that to the team because you expose your team. We needed his scoring and his leadership. He was a shell of himself in that second round. We managed just to eke out against Dallas after Kachuk went down. But what a series that was. I'm just still saying, my point is, it's just hard to acquire top-end talent. The only way you can do it is through the draft or a dumb team like Buffalo who's going to trade a guy like Jack Eichel for peanuts on the dollar.
Well, you can argue Calgary's in the same boat with Murray Edwards, and because I was looking at it from the other end, from listening to some of these guys talking about how this team is, you know why they don't want to talk about a full-on rebuild, or they don't even want to say the word, is simply because of ticket sales.
That's what I just said.
If they say they're going to rebuild, Murray Edwards is all, well, then that means no one's going to buy tickets.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah, no, but he's the guy behind it, and Calgary could never do that. Even with Jay Feaster, what was the language that Jay Feaster was using? Retool. Yeah, that's the first time we ever heard that word. Now everybody says retool.
Well, not everybody.
Camilleri, retool.
Some teams are retooling.
Yeah, retool.
But
Let's get Rito Berra. We got Rito
I think
Berra.
it starts with Murray Edwards. Murray Edwards, to me, is the reason that they haven't committed to a rebuild. He thinks we're not going to show up. Where I think the Calgary fans are smart enough.
Yeah, the economics don't agree because you're going to lose ticket sales maybe during the regular season, but if you put a good team that makes the playoffs, you go for a deep playoff run, you're going to make your money back.
Yeah, you have a big, and if you have a large playoff window,
team.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And I know that a middling team does, bring enough fans out to make him think like, an 850 34 ounce of Coca-Cola, enough of those times $10 pocket dogs and $14 beers is enough to keep him thinking that it's paying off his investment. But it just doesn't seem to me like he's committed to winning. I think the problem with the Flames never going to be able to really compete for a championship. It comes from ownership. Our ownership is not committed to doing what it takes to win. And they want to do just enough to keep the fans coming in because they're the only real big ticket in town. And a cold winter night in Calgary will still bring people out to the Saddle Dome. And they'll still like get super psyched when the Flames come back on the Seattle Kraken. Like, oh, great. Wow, that's the team we want to beat. But then when Colorado or Carolina or one of those teams comes through, they absolutely wipe the floor with us. And I've seen too many teams in my life to know what's championship caliber, and we have not been championship caliber since Matt Tkachuk broke his hand in that fight with Michael Raffle. And even then, we were suspect because we weren't.
Still a long shot.
It was a long shot because we didn't have the high end guys. You know, we're hoping to find these diamonds in the rough, these Goudreaus in the fourth round. Like Goudreau was a great player, mind you, but he's not a play driver. You watch him in the playoffs. Everybody waited for that button hook. He got close to the boards. Then they'd punish that guy, and then what do you got left? The guy can't enter the zone.
We had Sam Bennett. He was Conn Smythe.
He was, but we weren't running him at center. That was Flames development.
This is all hindsight. Yeah. Like we knew we had someone in Sam Bennett, but the problem is the coaching at the time, especially Bill Ward, he ruined it for Sam Bennett. He's the reason.
Ward, the only person who did him right was Bill Hartley. And you watched Bennett in the playoffs. He was the only guy who'd show up in the playoffs, and the guy's like a teenager.
But everyone hated Bill. Everyone hated Hartley, man.
I know.
Hartley was a terrible guy.
He was, but I like that one clip of him like swearing at that other coach in the locker rooms. Like,
how about John Tortorella? That one you talking about when they had that
beef and
they started the tough guys right off the bat.
The tunnel. Yeah.
And McGrattan standing in between him, and McGrattan's just looking at Torch, and I'm thinking, man, McGrattan could just snap his head like a chicken if he wanted. But like, of course, Torch is acting, and Hartley being the snake he is, he's just like acting like he's all innocent, not saying it. He's not even looking at Torch like a freaking doucheball, whatever.
All right, let's give a final word to J-Ro. How do you think the Flames finish this year, and how do you think the rest of the year plays out?
Like I said, it just depends on how they handle their assets. If they move people sooner, then we should finish bottom three. I don't think we're going to finish last, but yeah, bottom three finish gives us good odds in the lottery, and then we'll just have to see where we pick. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as long as we get a top five, hopefully we can get something good. Mm-hmm. I think we do have a good history with the drafts or scouting team. Mm-hmm. Should be all right. And then, it depends on what other draft picks we can pick up. I don't think we're going to be getting any more first rounders for this year. I think a lot of teams, the price is going to be high for a first round. Mm. And I don't know if Anderson or Kadri can get a first round this year if we're trading them.
There's a bigger pool up in the top 10 than previous years. So it's like two, like it's still kind of getting shady because like McKinon's not having a great year. But
not necessarily. He's not having a Celebrini year, but he's still doing point per game.
Yeah. Verhoff is looking really good. Like he's looking amazing in the
Tynan is looking really good. Yeah. Stenberg is lighting up the SHL.
Stenberg is looking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as we get top five, we'll get something decent to build around. Mm. And then it just depends on our coaching staff. And I think we have a good coaching staff, and I'm glad that they just re-signed them, right, to 3 more years.
Play for 2 or 3,
So we should have them, and then when we get the new arena, we should be in good shape.
Well, it's gonna suck for us when we get the new arena, 100%, man. Like, how much is it gonna cost to get like popcorn, nachos?
I heard at the Rogers Center up in Edmonton, a cheeseburger, like and a pop, or like a beer was almost like $35. Like you just eat
cheeseburger's already like what, $15 right now.
Yeah. So you eat before you go. Eat before you go. Pocket dog. Like I was saying, it's $10 for a pocket dog now.
No, when I was younger, going to see the Young Guns play, freaking, we used to get the old Pringles and wear our big winter coats and just stuff like Pringles in our coats.
All right, sweet. Well, that's the end of the second period. Good Flames talk, boys. Let's save a little for overtime.
Yeah.
Okay,
hit
the horn, Timmy.
Celebrini talk.
Hit the horn, Timmy. All right. Who's going to be the sponsor of this This
is
third
on,
period, the second
Zach.
intermission.
This is your call,
Oh,
Zach.
my call. Okay, I'm gonna say the sponsor of the second intermission is Sixica Family Services. They're just right down the street, but they help out a lot of people. And who doesn't want Peter's for lunch all the time? Because it's right across the street from Peter's Drive-In. But I want to say thank you to Sixica Child and Family Services. You guys run a lot of great programs, help a lot of people, and you guys have even invited me out sometimes to some of your Stampede breakfasts where I get to see Tim.
Specifically the 16th Avenue office.
Specifically the 16th Avenue office. It's been a stalwart on
I missed
the
that
Trans
office.
Canada.
I miss falling down those stairs.
Yeah.
So that's our sponsor for the
There is
second intermission.
video out there of me falling down the stairs.
I got $10 to ever find that video. So, all right, all right. Let's hit the horn for the third period there, Timmy.
So third period. Here we
Hit the
go.
third period. All right.
So it is-
J-Ro, you won the face-off. So let us know something that's going on with you that you're excited about, or a project that you're working on.
Oh, I just want to first say I thought there'd be more sound effects here. I thought,
No, the sound effects coming after.
Yeah, that all comes later.
We're not bougie like that right now. We don't have the tech right now. We're looking into it. But the sound effects coming after, the editing magic.
I think you guys need to lean into that. Get more morning zoo vibes going on in here.
I think that's a good idea. Thank
Yeah.
you, J-Ro. You're
Just
really
pick-
helping
pick-
us. I saw you at the Dave Chappelle comedy show, and you were saying, yeah, you guys, your podcasts, they go a little long sometimes. So the last one, we got down to an hour 40. This one, we're going to make sure it's nice and tight. We're kind of staying close to that 20-minute.
We're with the man
period.
himself who's been telling us the whole time. You guys
Hey,
are going too
feedback
long.
is important.
Who do
and
you think you are,
he's
Joe
a smart
Rogan?
guy.
Who do you
I don't want to
think
be
you
that
are?
guy. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, because people just want to listen to pods when they're on the bus or driving
Yeah.
home or
Yeah.
they're
You
on the
can listen to
treadmill.
one of our pods for about 3 or 4 trips.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I
Across town.
definitely listened to one of our pods. I think it was the first one. I listened from Vancouver to Penticton. It was like almost it took that long.
A little long,
It
A
was
little long in the
Hey, but
tooth.
we're ironing things out.
Hey, no, we're great storytellers.
We are.
Your first one had like 30 views, but that's like 4 people having to come in 6 times to finish it.
I think you get a full natural view when you complete it from the beginning to the end. And you watch all the way to the end until it rolls over.
No, it's just going to be like an Easter egg. If you can completely listen to like any of these podcasts, you get like a prize at the end. Or something.
Oh, Tim will mail you one.
I'll mail you one of Zach's
Send
socks.
send me something
Used
to
underwear.
Zacharoo at
Tidy
hotmail.com.
Zacharoo, Tidy Whities.
And I'll get Tim to
Yeah.
send you something. I don't know why he's going through my
just don't.
drawers. I don't know why he's going through my room when I'm not there.
Yeah.
Kind of scares me. Maybe all that Santa Claus talk. Him wearing satin gloves,
Yeah,
watching
this
people.
is Zach's Ginch after he ate some bison tallow.
Nobody needs to see that or
It's
think
just
of that.
translucent.
Nobody needs to think of that. So, J-Ro, I don't know if you kind of been keeping up. We've been doing our third period. We've kind of been reserving it for like top 3 lists. We kind of like this idea of we have like a podium. So with Joe, we did favorite war movies, right? It was in proximity to Remembrance Day, and then
Yeah, your first one was restaurants. That's when I reminded him about Gauchos, and he went over there finally.
finally, yeah, we did low-key restaurants. Actually, we hit up one of his that made the
Low-keys.
podium, low-key restaurants that he really likes,
John's Breakfast.
John's Cafe. Actually,
John's breakfast.
I tried the wonton soup. They make their own wontons, broccoli and spinach in there, nice pieces of carrot, nice chicken broth. Actually, it was a bargain and a half. It was actually quite good. His breakfast, I didn't get a good enough look at it because he inhaled it before I could see.
Yeah, it was
what
a breakfast poutine with a lot of hot sauce.
a lot of 2 extra eggs. This guy made short work of that. But it was a nice little restaurant. So we also did. I think the second week we did favorite cereals, and then we did. What else did we do? Favorite speeches with Perm. Favorite movie speeches.
Yeah, movie speeches. Yeah.
So why don't we ask you, J-Ro? So top 3 favorite restaurants, low-key restaurants in the city.
Like I said, the Gauchos.
Gaucho?
That'd be one of them. I like for pizza. I got Tommy's Pizza, which is in my area.
Oh yeah.
It won a bunch of those Eric Francis Pizza Pig Outs back in the day.
Yep.
And they still have all the awards up. So
Nice.
you order it, you got lots of toppings. The crust is good. It's really good pizza.
Okay. Tommy's, just off Elbow Drive and Southland, right?
Elwood Drive
And
and
Anderson.
Anderson, just
Elwood and
inside Canyon Meadows there.
Yeah. So Gaucho, Tommy's, and one more.
Oh, number 3. Maybe a tough one. Low key place. I think the Belmont Diner.
Okay.
It's in Willow Park Village. You go there, it's breakfast, lunch. The breakfast is really good. They have nonstop
Hash browns.
hash browns.
Oh, yeah.
And
Really? I didn't know
everything.
this place.
Yeah, it's really
Belmont's
good.
breakfast.
It used to be Tutti Frutti, and I would go there, and I love Tutti Frutti. There's still locations in Edmonton, but there's none in Calgary. But then when they started renovating it, it's like this 50s diner vibe.
Okay.
And but yeah, it's just
I love 50 diners.
yeah, and it's just breakfast, lunch. So it's open from 7 till like 3, and then
Okay.
yeah, just I've only had breakfast there. I haven't had the lunch menu yet, but yeah, the breakfasts are awesome.
Yeah, the burgers are pretty good. I've tried their burgers before. And I like the one in Marloop because the aesthetics, let's just say,
Yeah,
that some of the servers bring. They bring some aesthetics that
They got
very, very enticing.
they got a boogie burger over at Marteloup, eh?
Oh, Boogies too, but that's different, not Belmont. Yeah, there's in Marloop they got a few things.
But Belmont's a franchise?
Yeah, Belmont's a franchise.
I didn't know that.
And then okay, so
Belmont is also hunted Dracula too. Castlevania.
so then
Belmont
let's.
family.
Oh, I got a call coming in from Joe Duckchief, one of our former guests. But I'm gonna have to tell him I'll call him back in a bit. But yeah, okay. So let's go through your 3 favorite cereals. Who are your 3 favorite cereals, J-Ro? The people want to know.
3 favorite cereals: Shreddies.
Ooh.
Oh, hey,
Freddy.
this is a good one.
You're going back to Eddie and Freddie days.
Yeah.
Second one, I think it's because it reminds me of Shreddies. Is Life cereal.
Oh yeah.
You get the same,
Yeah.
the same texture, same squares,
Yeah.
but
Little
it's just
different flavor,
different.
Little
The
airy.
milk tastes a little different.
More airy.
Yeah.
I think they put
it's,
like
it's a little sweeter too,
little sweeter, yeah.
and so Life cereal, and then
This guy.
my number 1 cereal. It always gets a lot of eyebrows raised and a little shock, but my number 1 cereal is Raisin Bran.
Ooh,
I
it was
get
on
it.
Tim's podium
That was
too.
my podium too.
It was on
yeah.
his podium. I like a good raisin bran.
It was 2 on my podium. I think shredded wheat, the big ones.
That was his favorite shredded
That
wheat.
was mine. Yeah.
So you guys actually have 2 kind of close. Shredded wheat and shreddies are kind of close-ish.
Yeah. I don't like the modern raisin bran because they put too much raisins. They do the double raisin thing.
Yeah,
I like it with less raisins.
nah.
I like the double raisins. Yeah,
This guy loves the double raisins.
He's on his own.
You
I like
guys
the
have
double
I
raisins.
like the raisins.
I actually like just like the lesser the raisin, the more excited I get.
Okay, cool. Well, that's 3 of those. Okay, then 3. Give us your 3 favorite like war movies, realistic war movies.
Lone Survivor. I just watched that the other night.
Is that Mark Wahlberg?
Uh,
No, Lone Wolf. Is that Chuck Norris?
No, Lone Survivor.
Mark Wahlberg?
Is it Mark Wahlberg?
Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
that's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lone Survivor.
yeah, that's right. He's a lone survivor.
All right. Based
yeah.
on true story.
Based on a true story, Afghanistan. It's obviously Americanized, so they go and kill a bunch of brown people, but yeah,
They're good at that, aren't they?
yeah.
If their
but
movies
in
end
the
up-
end, they show the positive, the Afghan village, and they explain why they helped the American, and yeah.
I
think it's
I
really
never
well done.
watched Lone Survivor. I heard of it though, but no.
Yeah. There's that tank one.
Fury Road?
I think Fury Road. Yeah, Fury
Is
something.
that with
yeah.
Brad Pitt?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
That was cool.
They made a part 2 of that, didn't they?
Part 2.
No,
Right,
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe
It's a bit unreal. I think some people said it's kind of like a bit unrealistic to take on a whole battalion that they did in one tank, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, the way they set it up, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
If you can
I
drive a
enjoyed that
tank
one.
really good, you can dominate Battlefield right now. Battlefield 6.
Unless they got good air control and they're dropping bombs on it.
And number 3, just because my son liked it lots and he would watch it often, it was Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh yeah.
At first, I didn't really but then after watching it enough times, like this is a pretty good movie. And
That's actually the exact same reason why it was on my list. Because my son got really into Hacksaw Ridge.
yeah,
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
are simpatico dadicos.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So then, I know we're asking you some pretty tough questions to answer right off the hop for your podiums, but now famous movie speeches from 3 of your favorite speeches in cinema history.
Okay, let's see. I would say
really
from
putting
Star
it on
Trek:
there.
First Contact, Captain
First
Picard's, when he's talking about how they always handle the Borg, they always fall back, and that's why he's making a stand now.
Yeah.
But then he realizes he's not coming from a place of it's when the other lady tells him, well, go get your whale, and he realizes that he's just acting out of revenge, and then he that scene and that speech, it's
Oh yeah,
it's
it's actually a good
Impactful
pull.
one. Yeah, good pull.
I forgot about that one totally.
I think another one would be from Winter Soldier, Captain America. His speech, it talks about how everyday people have the ability to stand up and do good in the world, and that's what needs to happen. And it's such a good speech that in future Avengers movies, they always reference how Captain America gives all these good speeches.
Yeah.
So I think, that is the first one. Well, not the first one, but from the second Captain America movie, that speech really, you listen to it, it's
Invigorating.
yeah.
Cool.
I like that one.
Captain
And then
America's
your
the man.
last
I still have him on my phone. Rogers.
Yeah.
Still got his number on
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers.
So you're another
Third
speech
one.
that has a lot of impact with you. So many.
Yeah, it's tough to.
Well, we'll go right into the new
podium,
yes, which is
Christmas themed. Favorite Christmas themed movie. So it can be two qualities. The first quality, it can be a movie that relates to Christmas, or second quality is a movie you watch during Christmas. So 3 of them.
Okay, so this will answer both the number 3 for the speeches.
Yeah.
You got Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, talking about how, the Hobbit asked him, "Is this the end?" And then Gandalf's telling him, "No, this isn't the end." And then very hopeful speech about even though it's darkness right on your doorstep. But yeah, going into the Christmas movies,
nice, Gandalf.
I would say the Lord of the Rings. They came out during Christmas time in theaters.
They did, yep.
And so it was a tradition to go to the theaters, watch Lord of the Rings. So now, still on your days off, you got all this time, watch a 3 to 4 hour Lord of the Rings movie.
My kids haven't watched Lord of the Rings, so I'm gonna ease them into it.
Whoa. What's going on at your house?
Yeah.
No.
Are you guys all just sports and
I've
movie
been,
bros?
I've been
Get some
getting
high
my
fantasy
kids,
in there, man.
especially my older son, into watching some of the older movies, and I've just been gradually easing them in. And it's nice that they're remaking like Naked Gun, so I kind of tried to gradually ease them into watching the Leslie Nielsen Naked Gun. So,
Yeah.
but
it's
even
Enrico
with Lord of the
Palazzo.
Rings, like I grew up watching the cartoons, but I can't show my kids the cartoons because it's not up to today's standards.
No,
I
you
don't
can
think.
get them to watch the recent Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit stuff, and then show them like the original Hobbit cartoon and the original Lord of the Rings stuff, and tell them like how
I'm gonna ease
miraculous
it.
it
They're
was to
gonna
even
watch it
animate that stuff.
eventually. I'm gonna ease it, just like I got them into Back to the Future. They went through that phase, so it's just kind of getting them into a lot of those old classics.
Okay.
So I'm measuring it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Measuring it out. So we've measured out. We got a twofer from J-Ro, the speech from Gandalf and the Lord of the Rings films.
So that's what 3
Ian
on your
McKellen.
podium?
Ian McKellen, what an actor.
Lord
Sir
of the
Ian.
Rings is like your third.
Sir Ian McKellen.
Your bronze for this time.
So
again?
now this time, So now we're gonna have it like on the podium and arranged from gold, silver, bronze, or bronze, silver, gold.
Okay.
So which one was that for you? Was that your like?
I'd probably go gold with that one.
That was your gold. Your
Oh,
Lord of
that's
the Rings
gold.
trilogy.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
No,
Lord of the Rings.
it's hard to argue with that. Okay, so now you're
Yeah,
silver.
Santa Claus, but it has Gandalf.
Gandalf Claus.
It has elves.
Doesn't have Celebrini, so I'm sorry, Zach.
I can't glaze him.
Christmas movies. You always gotta watch The Grinch, whether it's the animated one or the Jim Carrey one.
Okay.
They're both
Those
still
are
entertaining.
equally on the same.
I would say probably the animated one, just for more nostalgia.
Yeah, the classic one.
Yeah.
The half-hour one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think when they did the live action with Jim Carrey, it was a good.
That was a classic.
Yeah, it quickly became
Perfect
classic.
actor.
And he went through a lot to get that makeup on. Didn't he have to get trained by like a Navy SEAL on how to like mentally focus because he spent so much time in the makeup chair every day?
I heard that. But
Yeah, it was grueling. He was almost going to quit. Like he was almost going to give up on the role because it was too much makeup to wear.
Who directed that?
I can't recall. You'd have to look it up.
I would want to say Sam Raimi, but I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
That'd been cool if it was directed by Sam Raimi, though.
So that's your silver medal. The Grinches.
What's your bronze?
Bronze. Who do you like to watch? Who's your bronze?
let's see. No, I want to say Jingle All the Way, but I know it's not that one because that one's.
Is that the
It's like it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger gets that toy?
Well, that's Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's
well,
not-
that's I know.
Yeah.
I have a buddy CJ. That's like the only Christmas movie he lives and dies by. Jingle on the Way.
yeah.
But there's a movie like that?
Jingle all the way.
There's something along the lines of where they're trying to get a toy. But yeah, I'll just go with Jingle All the Way then.
Jingle All the Way. Okay, sweet.
Because yeah, it just
Until it
pops
comes
in my
back.
head.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a nice
much respect.
That's a nice podium. Thanks, Jero. Appreciate you
A
coming
lot
out.
of like it reaches like the spectrum there. You got Lord of the Rings. Yeah, and then you got
The
what was it?
Grinches.
The Grinches, of course. You reach a classic with kind of a kind of like for some people it'd be like an out of a ballpark, but it's around that time of year. And yeah, Jingle on the Way, classic, just a
Yeah.
classic.
Any honorable mentions for you that you guys watch on the holidays, or one that like reminds you of Christmas?
We got your Home Alones. I like those ones. That's an honorable mention.
Yeah.
That's Christmas time.
We're trying to get Macaulay Culkin on the pod.
It's possible.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. Okay.
Another honorable mention. You got Die Hard. The big debate if it's a Christmas movie or not.
Oh, that was
It's a
on my
Christmas
podium. I
one.
was saving that one.
It's
Yes.
a Christmas version. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Christmas.
It happens at Christmas.
Yeah, it is. Like people.
It's a
wanna,
Christmas movie.
People want to create
It-
heists
I
and
don't
stuff like
thi-
that. Yeah.
It wasn't intended to be a Christmas movie, but it's become a Christmas
It
movie.
has become one, yeah.
Just because it's always on during Christmas time and you have the time to watch it. And then there's the Christmas element.
Yep.
It's just set during Christmas time.
Tremendous.
Thank you for explaining the rationale behind my choice. Thank you.
There you go.
All right, sweet. That's pretty awesome, Jero. Thanks for coming out and throwing down with your honorable
Yeah.
mentions and going back to the beginning and
Of
showing
course,
us-
double teaming me with Zach on this friggin' Bedard injury.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just facts.
Yeah. Sandwich facts.
Yeah, you were right in there. You felt that cross check.
Okay, now you're right in there. So tell us your podium. What's on your podium for
Okay,
favorite
for
Christmas
around
movies?
this time of year.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation as a
Solid
bronze.
one. Yeah.
I'll do a shout out to Jardines down in Kelowna. They got me into that, so they say they watch it every year. So I spent the time when I was living out in BC. I had no family for Christmas when I was out there, but the Jardines took me in. Of course, they're from Calgary, so they're hardcore Flames fans. The few that I found out in Kelowna. But yeah, we ended up watching that. It was actually made me appreciate a lot more of the Christmas vibe. I wasn't would per se say I was a Christmas person. It was something that just happened every year. I didn't I like getting free shit, but really I was a middle child, so I never really got the cool shit. So, Christmas was not really like a big thing. Like I think my silver is Batman Returns.
Okay.
Because that was the movie that always got me in the Christmas mood. Like in the first scene there where you got the big tree, you got Batman kind of cruising around, and then you get like all of these freaking clowns and stuff start moving around and stuff like that. Now that is because it takes place in wintertime, and like that always blew my mind with the effects of the Batmobile. Like when he's like they had to have used real snow because like. It's cruising on the road, and the fire from the back of the old Batmobile, it
was a nice effect.
Like the Tim Burton Batmobile, it's like melting the snow as it drives. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
It was a good detail.
Like the just small details, and then they had to make it ribbed, like when Val Kilmer came out. But I don't know, whatever. But yeah, Batman Returns. That's my silver, and Yeah, but my number one movie that I love to watch around this year, every Christmas Eve, I actually watch this film for the last maybe 4 or 5 years, is The Thing.
Interesting.
John Carpenter.
Fantastic
And
score.
it-
Film.
It's cool because, like, of course, it could be at any time. It's in Antarctica, so it could be like any time of the year. But it just, because it always seems like it's snowing around that time, and it just gets me in the vibe. Like, a couple times it was blizzarding, so like I slapped that movie on, and usually we have a tradition where the kids would go over to the in-laws. They would go to like open one Christmas present just to go to their in-laws, and that would be my time where it would be my time where I'm at home, just by myself for the evening, before they come back. But I'll just slap on The Thing, and I just freaking just enjoy watching that film.
Cool.
And but yeah, The Thing.
Honorable mentions?
And it's even better when it's blizzarding outside.
For sure.
Honorable mentions.
No, you're so right about that. Quick point. I remember the first time I watched Jurassic Park, the very first one.
Yeah.
I got to see it at the drive-in when we had the drive-in.
Is that the one on Forest Lawn there?
Yeah, the one in Forest Lawn.
yeah,
And it was
Classic.
raining. Did either of you guys ever go to the drive-in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh, I mean, we need it again. But I got to see Jurassic Park on my birthday when a rainstorm came through.
93? Was that
Yeah,
93?
93. I was 12, and like there was crazy rain outside, so the atmosphere was so good. So yeah, when you're blizzarding outside and watching the
and
thing,
you just
I know
tune
the
it
feeling.
on the little AM there.
Yeah. Well,
So sick.
good old days, man. Good
I
old
love
days.
that we used to like load up the trunk with kids.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah, a bunch of kids and snacks. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was so good. What a
just
good
hide
time.
all the kids under a blanket.
Kids today are missing out, man. I wish we had that for kids today.
Well, honorable mentions for Christmas. It probably would have been on my podium, but Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's a solid one, yeah, for sure.
That is one. Like, I don't know. Tim Burton is
He's a genius,
one of my
for sure.
favorite. Like growing up, Tim Burton is like my favorite director. I wish he would have been able, like Sam Raimi, Tim Burton, but I wish Tim Burton would have did Batman 3 because. Just like how I wish Sam Raimi would have did Spider-Man 3. But apparently that's happening with Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi.
They're talking about it.
Because he wanted to introduce the Punisher in his version.
He was going to bring in the Vulture
Yeah.
and I forget who else. Mysterio.
Okay.
Yeah, that was going to be the original. Because
So is he bringing back Jake Gyllenhaal for this one? Like the intertwining of the multiverse?
No, they're just going to have a separate
Timeline. For Toby.
Yeah.
But that's sweet. He's bringing him back because I noticed he was on some of the artwork for Avengers, which is now like right now in theaters. Avatar. They're saying they're going to have different Doomsday trailers.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire is going to be the Spider-Man that's going to be kind of represented in there.
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Guess we'll see what happens, yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
But outside of that, that's about it for my podium. Let's turn it over to Zakara.
All right, number 3. Come to the coast, hang out, we'll have a good time, we'll get together. Definitely Die Hard. I love 1 and 2. They are Christmas movies. I don't care what anybody says. It happens during Christmas, and you always see them during Christmas, too. They're always played, so there's just something about it. Number 3, Die Hard 3 with Samuel L. Jackson. That's the least Christmassy one, but arguably that is the best one because Samuel L. Jackson was so good in that.
Well, number 4.
Oh, I haven't seen Die Hard 4. Isn't that... That's
Die Hard with a Vengeance?
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
That's my favorite Die Hard.
I
That
haven't seen
isn't
that
a
one.
Christmas version one, but
No.
but that's my favorite Die Hard is with a Vengeance.
With Vengeance? Okay.
Terrible.
Bruce Willis, he was
Graham Greene.
He was a champ of my my childhood, but that's definitely my bronze. On my silver, I got to say it's my sister's favorite movie, and I've gone to see it with her in the theaters. Her son is born, my nephew, on the 20th. No, on the 20th. It's his birthday tomorrow. Shout out to my nephew Isaac, and he and her love the movie Elf. Yeah, started with Will Ferrell.
cool. That's actually
It's a
good
terrific,
film, yeah.
and James Caan and Peter Dinklage.
What's her name? Deschanel or what's her
Yeah,
name?
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoe Deschanel.
I really can't stay.
like that nerdy vibe.
Baby,
yeah.
it's cold outside. It's the song, your
she's
favorite
actually
Christmas
a
song.
singer. Yeah.
It's your favorite Christmas song.
Yeah.
The song of no consent and a little bit of pressuring.
Well, that's subjective. that's entirely.
Oh no, it's definitely
It's just
inferred from the
definitely
lyrics.
people's imaginations running wild.
at the
He's
lyrics.
a guy with chivalry, just trying to keep her warm. You know.
Oh yeah, just trying to keep her warm. Oh yeah, so that's my second. That's my
Hey,
silver.
it was what, the '60s. You know, it was a classic time when chivalry was
Maybe like
still
the 40s.
40s. Yeah,
40s.
Even more better. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't do that crazy shit back
Oh
then.
yeah, not at all. Oh no,
Yeah. Who wrote the song?
I can't.
Was it Ella Fitzgerald?
I can't. Oh, I wish. I don't know, but you take a look. I can't
She
tell you.
sings it.
So that's my silver. I love watching that film. It reminds me of Christmas, but since my sister loves the film so much, she loves Buddy the Elf. And my nephew, he loves that because his mom loves it so much, and he's got a Christmas birthday. So yeah, that's definitely my silver. But my number one gold medal winning suggestion for holiday Christmas theme movies is A Muppet Christmas Carol. I love the Dickensian Christmas Carol. I love how it takes ghosts to scare Sigamop's miserly white people into being generous. That seems like the only thing that's going to really like remind them that they're human beings after all. But I love the way the Muppets do it. Jim Henson was one of the greatest geniuses there ever was when it came to entertainment and puppeteering, and to have all those Muppets that you know have known so well from the Muppet Show and all the Sesame Street stuff, to have them like being those characters alongside Michael Caine. Yeah, it's Jim Henson.
Yeah, Jim Henson.
Yeah, Jim Henson, and then Michael Caine
Dark
did.
Crystal.
Yeah, Dark Crystal. Jim Henson and Michael Caine did a bang-up job as Scrooge. He's one of my favorite Scrooges. Some people like Scrooge. Honorable mention for the movie Scrooge. It's a holiday movie with Bill Murray that people really like from the time. Not my favorite. I really love A Christmas Carol, and I try to watch it so it times up with the stroke of midnight, so that when midnight hits in the movie, it hits for me. I try to time that up, much like when you watch Dark Side of the Moon and you play. Or you listen to Dark Side of the Moon and you watch the Wizard of Oz, and you have to have it on repeat because it works twice. I don't know if you've ever done that. Take some mushrooms and do it. I do advocate for it.
And
So
then
that's
you
my
see the little dwarf hanging from the tree there.
yeah. No, there's a few that really
The
make
Munchkins.
sense. The Munchkins, the Yellow Brick
Yeah.
Road. We represent the Lollipop Kids. The Lollipop
There's
Kids.
so much crazy.
Lots of crazy stuff.
There's the cursed films on like Shudder.
Yeah.
It talks about the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's got
my
a lot of
goodness.
weird things that have
There's
followed
so
around
much
for sure.
crap that happened
Yeah.
out of there.
And some of those Munchkins, those guys, those little people were like molesting Judy Garland when she was in some of those things. Like she was saying that they were like, they had some pretty grabby hands, those little guys. So yeah, that was a controversial movie, but I love the Muppet Christmas Carol. I don't know what it is. I've watched it since I was a kid, and it's the one movie that
There it
reminds me
is.
of being a kid. So
Zach found a way to, marginalize another group.
it's a skill of mine, apparently, according to Cowboy. So,
No one ever knew about that until Zach brought it up.
Yeah.
His own theory.
So then
His
my
own
other
private
honorable
conspiracy.
mention, aside from a Scrooged, is Spartacus, the original Spartacus with Kirk Douglas.
Okay.
My dad would put that on during the holidays. We'd order Chinese food. It was after Christmas, but it was like Boxing Day kind of tradition. We'd watch that.
Spartacus.
And then
yep.
and it was one
The dual VHS.
dual VHS with the
Yeah.
intermission in the middle. I am Spartacus.
Yeah,
I am Spartacus. I just love that film. I just love that story of a slave rising up against an imperial power. So yeah, those are my picks for podium. That does it for the third period. We went a little longer than we normally would, but
I think J-Ro is running short on time right now, are you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a couple minutes for some overtime?
We got a couple minutes, yeah.
okay, let's throw into overtime here.
That'll take you down.
All right.
All right.
Take it down by
all
Gauchos.
right. All right. Sweet. So that does it for third period. We have a sponsor for the intermission. J-Ro, you got a sponsor for the intermission. You don't have to worry about anything coming back on us because nobody listens to our show.
Yeah,
so.
and we have no money.
We have
if
no
they sue
money
us,
if they sue us. So
I
just
don't
pick
know.
whomever you want us to
Zach,
sponsor.
basically, the most expensive thing here is probably Zach's recorder.
Oh, definitely.
Sponsor, I don't know. We'll go with Canna Cabana.
Canna Cabana. Nice. Well done.
I don't partake, but I am an elite member
Okay. Sweet.
because Lisa didn't have any ID, so I would have to go in and
Nice. Well, good for you. I do like Canna Cabana.
Yeah, isn't that
They have really good
crazy?
drinks.
Yeah.
I have one of their drinks in the fridge right now, actually.
Yeah, that's crazy. I became an elite member without even
Using any products. That's a good man right there. That's
Yeah.
a good man.
yeah.
Lisa's just thanking her lucky stars she found. This
Yeah.
tall hunk of man that J-Ro is.
Yeah. Zach's looking for one too.
An elite membership, maybe. Okay, so that does it for our intermission. Going into overtime. Here we go. Drop the puck. Face-off goes to Timmy. What do you want to bring up from overtime? We had a couple of things we want to talk about.
Yeah, what was the first thing that we threw back was
Now, what were we talking about? That Olympics or something like that, or what were we talking
well,
about?
yeah, we're going to talk about how Canada was going to do in the Olympics, or U.S.
Oh, the
surpassing
rivalry.
The rivalry
Yeah.
between the U.S. and
Yeah.
Canada and the men's
Yeah, okay.
Olympic stage.
We'll let him
If
finish
it happens,
We'll
if
let
it
him finish it
happens.
off. J-Ro, what do you think? Do you think that the USA is surpassing Canada in ice hockey, men or women's?
Possibly in the women's. Men, Canada still, still has the advantage, I think. They still have a lot of depth all across. I think, I think our goaltending is what gives us the biggest advantage. It has for a number of years, but I think from what I watch with the women's, the American women's team, they're very competitive, and they can definitely beat Canada on any given day.
Okay. Yeah, that Four Nations Cup they did last year in lieu of the All-Star game, I think it was a huge boost in popularity for the game in the United States. And, the hockey's always going to be popular in the traditional states, the Wisconsins, the Michigans, Minnesotas, right? It's in New York and Boston. It's always going to be popular there, right?
Yeah.
That's us watching somebody moose missionary for the first time. Like, oh, you can do it that way? Oh, jeez. No, but I agree with you. I think the women's team is getting more competitive. I think the women's team kind of has the edge.
That was our first photo for the.
Yeah, that was our first photo for the graphic for our thumbnail. And then I think the men's team. I think the Americans haven't surpassed us. I agree with you. But they're our best competitor. They push us all the time. The amount of overtime games we've had in gold medal games, we always see them at the big money games. Yeah. And there's a reason, because they boast a lot of depth at center and wing and on defense now. And goaltending. Arguably, I think they have better high-end goaltending, and they think they have better defensive depth. And I think that they have a little bit better, winger depth. But I think with Canada, we have stars, legit franchise players at center that we can move around a lot. We have the McKinnon, McDavid. We have, Crosby, who's still an elite player. Now we're running out Celebrini. We used to boast Bergeron. We have still elite depth. And then our winger depth isn't what it once was. I don't think we have the wingers that we used to boast, Iginlas or the Koreas. We're not running those guys out there. However, and then our goaltending isn't as strong, I'd say personally, because Binnington and who else? Who else are you running out of Canada's goalie?
Probably I'd look at
Kemper,
Thompson.
Oh, Thompson.
Kemper maybe, but I'd say Binnington and Thompson are probably
our top, and then their
Thompson's
top.
on my fantasy.
But look at their top: Ottinger, Hellebuck.
Yeah.
By star power, I'd say they. And then who else are they running out there at goalie? Who's making waves?
Decord.
Yeah, Decord. He's not bad. He's a solid goalie.
Flames handled them pretty good.
And
yesterday.
Dustin Wolf too. He's an American, right? He's a California kid. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cooley. They're both California
Yeah,
kids.
it's California, but they're not Olympic level yet.
No, I think
Dustin
Wolf's going to
is,
get.
they just don't realize it.
He's going to be on the team, put on the taxi squad. I think he's probably not going to be because you got Ottinger and you got Hellebuck.
Yeah, you got those blockers, but Hellebuck showed that he's not
in the Stanley Cup playoffs and
he's
in the big game.
useless. And
He has mental problems. when it comes to the
Ottinger,
game.
whatever the hell happened last year in the playoffs, he was nowhere to be found. So, yeah, but I just think that the Americans, if they put Wolf in there, they'll win gold easy.
Oh God, just glazing that Wolf hole, that guy. All right, so Jay
Why
and I
not?
are in agreement, but I would say there's a little bit of dispute on the comparative depth between goalie and some of the
Ottinger's
wingers.
good in the NHL, but when you get more speed, he has trouble recovery. And so that's why Oettinger is not going to be as effective on the international stage as he is in the NHL.
And I think Binnington really gets undersold. He is a very competitive goalie. He has accolades. And he may not be Patrick Waugh. He may not be Carey Price. He may not be Martin Brodeur. But he is a top-level goalie who has the accolades. He's won a Stanley Cup. He won with the Four Nations group. I think when you put a goalie of that caliber in with a defense and a team structure like Canada's, you can look to him to be a piece that you're not worried about. And so far we haven't. And I'm a little worried about Canada's defensive depth without Pietrangelo. We're going to be running out Taves and Makar and Morrissey and maybe Parayko. I think our defense is this is the first year for an Olympics that we don't have how many number one defensemen covering holes. We have maybe one number one defenseman, and that's Makar. And arguably, he's not even a real number one D-man. To me, a number one D-man shuts down the other team at penalty kill, exploits on a power play, and he shuts you down even strength. So we don't have that anymore. And Pietrangelo used to be that.
Yeah, he's aged out.
But he's aged out.
Even if he was 100% healthy,
Yeah.
he was.
And we don't have defense like that anymore. And I think the American defense is a bit better.
Oh, they're way better.
Werenski, Quinn Hughes,
They're head and shoulders
Charlie
above.
McAvoy.
It ain't even close anymore.
Kel
McCarr is the only Canadian defenseman.
Yeah, Morrissey and Devin Taves.
Canadian.
I think they need to leave Taves at home.
Theodore's on that team.
Yeah.
Morrissey's on that
Shea
team.
Theodore's on our team. But I think they got to. I think they got to leave Devin Taves at home.
Parayko's kind of. I don't know why
He's
he's on that team. Just because the Blues GM guy was
Armstrong,
yeah, he was on there, so he went after
Parayko.
Binnington,
I see why they bring him on. The guy's 6'5". The guy's 220. He has elite reach.
but he's a pylon.
He's not a pylon.
He's a pylon,
a good
100%
skater.
pylon.
He's just not a number one D-man.
100%
He's
pylon.
suited as a number
6'6"
4 guy
pylon.
behind Pietrangelo.
Pylon.
When you're running him out at 4 behind Pietrangelo,
Yeah,
there's
he's
a reason why they
dominated
won the
this
cup.
year for sure. Oh,
No, but
Blues are.
he's been
atrocious.
he has been kind
That's
of
why
left
they're
out to dry.
cross-checking guys like Connor McDark. 'cause they
Wrong
can't beat
shoulder,
him.
bud.
They can't
Wrong
beat him.
shoulder, buddy.
They're playing dirty on a young kid just because he's their team and they're trying to win.
I think we all got. I think we all got. We all got some pretty high danger chances in this discussion in overtime, but
I think U.S. is winning gold, and it ain't even going to be close. Canada is not even going to be.
and I think the USA wins gold in the Olympics for both men and women's. Honestly, because how
Well, they're going to have a healthy Quinn Hughes, which
Yeah.
they didn't have last time, and their players are just getting better. Rensky is a beast, and he's unstoppable. And then you look at if you have they probably won't have Jack Hughes. Well, I don't know if they would because he ended up cutting himself, buttering his toast or something.
like that.
But of course, and I have him on my freaking thing. If the Kachucks are even half as healthy, but I think the only chance that Canada has is if they actually pick a decent team this time around. They got lucky last time with injuries, and they're also all these teams are lucky because Russia isn't in there, and Russia would probably mop the floor with these guys.
I disagree. Russia has great wingers and good goaltenders.
Not
Their
good
defense.
goaltenders.
What?
They have probably the top 5 out of 5 best goalies
Yeah.
in the league.
Yeah, they have
And
the best
they-
goaltending.
Their defense, they have solid penalty kill and old school
No.
beat 'em up guys.
No.
Yeah, and then you look at forward, they got the best offensive guy, Kucherov, in there.
Wingers, all wingers, but none of them boast center depth. The only people who really boast center depth is Canada. Sweden has almost zero center depth.
Yeah. But
Finland has Barkov, but he's injured,
center depth.
and they're pretty thin. They're like a top heavy team. So I think it is going to come down to Canada, USA again, and they're lucky that Russia isn't in because
No, I don't even
Russia
think-
is like a real wild
I don't
card.
think Canada would even probably make it past Sweden. I don't even think they'll be.
No,
able-
Canada's way better team. than
No,
Sweden.
Canada is not that
Way
great.
better team than Sweden.
They got lucky at Four Nations because it was specifically geared towards their game. And if it does happen and doesn't get canceled out, I think it's really between friggin' Sweden and it's between Sweden and USA.
No way.
It's not even
Canada,
close.
USA.
Canada.
Okay, so-
Canada is right now. They're banking on McKinnon and McDavid, but really those guys are playing so much right
J-Row
now. They're not
scores.
even gonna be
Canada
anywhere.
wins. He's the only guy who picked
USA.
Canada. I picked
USA,
Canada,
baby.
USA in the final.
USA is going to mop the floor.
Canada wins.
Because Russia ain't in there, which would probably be more competitive than any other.
Hey, that's a high
teams.
danger chance. That's a good opportunity. You had a good look at the net, but you missed. You hit iron. That team is not suited for a best on best. And I think in the Four Nations Cup, we saw best on best hockey. And
This
America
guy
and Canada were top
celebrating
by
the
far.
next Crosby,
Canada has way
which
more
is
center depth,
nowhere near.
way more center depth than any of the other teams, and it's enough to kind of exploit. Because you look at what happened in that overtime
They
winning
got
goal.
lucky.
They got lucky because
They
Adam
can't be
Fox,
that team
they relied on to be a defender in a critical
thank
moment.
goodness he's
and what
injured.
happened? He blew an assignment.
Yep.
So did Austin Matthews.
Yep.
They both blew
Thank
assignments.
goodness
And then
Adam
who was
Fox
there to
is
clean
injured
up?
because he's not going to be on that team to
Mitch
ruin it for
Marner. Mitch Marner,
'Cause
who found.
Adam
That's
Fox
right,
is
the man, Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is the most electrifying offensive
No,
player
he
in
isn't.
hockey.
No, he isn't.
He
He's
is.
just a fast skater.
That's right.
And because Draisaitl allows him to be.
Germany's not even sniffing anything in the Olympics.
Yeah, yeah.
Except some things what does Germany do really well in the Winter Olympics? They do what? Skiing, ski jumping, luges. You love that tandem luge event, don't you, Tim? Imagine,
Well, I
imagine
don't
Tim on a
think it-
luge. They'd reach speeds unheard of.
Sorry to break your hearts, but I think Canada's going to screw it up with this final roster. They're going to screw it up big. They're going to have pylons on there. They're going to
Pylons?
They're going to be pylons. And McDavid showed he could be useless unless he's playing with someone that can pass him the puck or whatever.
Look at that, we have
Even
those
at
guys.
that level. And when McAvoy was healthy, he freaking ran the show with McDavid. Told him, "Hey boy, you like to think yourself is the best? I'll shut you down." Boom, shut you down.
Yeah, fair enough.
Boom.
McAvoy did look good.
He
I'll
could
give
made
that,
you
but
skate
that's-
around like a little bitch.
I don't know, and he was hard on him.
Yeah,
But I still think
he
it's
was
Canada,
McDavid.
America,
that first
gold
game
medal.
against USA, McDavid had zero terrifying.
Who's the bronze
Zero
medal game?
terrifying.
Who's the bronze medal game in the Olympic hockey? If they even play Olympic hockey.
It'll be probably
'Cause
Finland
the
and
rink-
Canada.
The rink is even ready.
Finland and
It's
Canada
going
will
to be
the-
ready. They just don't know if they'll stand up to because
NHL.
they play 3 games in a day on the same ice, and that's what they're worried about is on game 3 of the day. How's the ice?
chipped
And they
out.
won't know that until they start doing the trials in January.
that building
That
has
seems
to
like
be
too much of a
completely
risk.
enclosed, like refrigerated.
I think the NHL
Finished.
might pull out. Honestly, I think it's too
Yeah,
many.
it's going
like,
to come down to
wild-
ice conditions in the evening games.
you know,
Right, if they can't, I don't know. I just think it's too much uncertainty. They're not going to risk hurting their players and committing all that money, and because they're going through a massive organizational shutdown for 2 months there.
well, it's too much money to be lost. If they cancel out, I guarantee you, they're going to have a World Cup of hockey.
I'd be happy with
But
the World
the
Cup
only
in
problem
lieu of Olympic hockey.
Is they
Since
can only
Manager's out
use
there.
NHL players. So they had the big 4, but I think they'll be able to maybe have Sweden, Finland, Canada, US. They got to have Russia. There's enough
I agree.
players in North
I
America. to
agree.
fill that
Everybody's
up.
mad at Putin for his aggressions, but
Well, it's the same thing in the Summit Series. That's what made the Summit Series so great. It was Russia was invading Afghanistan during that series.
yeah.
And yet, they had that series anyways, and they went to Russia, which made it even more crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made that thing legendary. That's when people had balls. Now we got a lot of these guys who are cowards who run the world. So, that's why they want to whine and say,
or they're on the Epstein list.
No,
Or
you
they're-
go over
They're
there.
on the Epstein list, and
That's
that's
how-
why the
hey,
Israelis can still
Look at
compete
Rocky 4. What did Sylvester Stallone? He went into enemy's territory,
to train.
Yeah. And he freaking fought that freaking
Ivan
Drago
Drago.
and beat him out even after he killed his bro. So
Apollo Creed.
we grew up with great moments like
Rest in
that.
peace.
And even the generation before us grew up with a great moment like the 1972 Southern Series. Those were high tension games. We could not afford to lose that because it was the Cold War.
Yeah, imagine that
And you
narrative
look
now.
at now,
Yeah.
imagine the stakes and the greatness of the hockey that if we had a Summit Series right now,
Yeah, we're missing out on a huge opportunity,
But-
I think, by not allowing Russia to compete.
wasting
And then you
Ovechkin.
allow other nations to compete, like Israel, in certain events. I don't know, it just seems like malarkey
Ovechkin just became the greatest goal scorer of all
in
time.
NHL history.
And
he
yet-
doesn't get to play in the
and
Olympics.
he can't
It's
even play in the Olympics.
bull crap.
He can't even play in a tournament.
Yeah, it's such bull crap.
Hey, he isn't the reason why they're in war. Sergei Karatanov, you look at who are the other guys on there? You had, Boris Bykov or,
And then you had
Mihailov.
Harmelov.
Krylov, you had all of these.
Makarov.
Makarov. You had all of these legends that played during a time of when Russia was a communist country. Yet now it's the opposite. Now everyone worships China, which is a communist country. But back then it was like the enemy when Russia was a communist. But yet you look at it then, we faced those enemies. We played those games. It's not their fault that they're in war. You know, it wasn't their fault
It's not the athlete's fault. I
that
agree with you.
Pavel Bure, you know, that Alexander Mogilny had to like sneak out of Russia to play in,
Yeah, and
North
it's not
America.
every Russian citizen.
Those were great stories those were
was consenting
legendary
either.
stories, man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But yet everyone's too scared and cowardly to allow those stories to exist today because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. It's such a poor.
And about sponsorship.
Yeah,
It's the sponsorship
who gives a
dollars.
Shit, man. It's about playing. It's about having the highest level of the
I
highest
agree
level.
with Tim, but I also see the logic
I
of
don't
what
give a
J.R. is
shit
saying.
about sponsorship.
I know you don't, but these leagues
we
do.
don't have
Yeah.
sponsorship.
We don't have any sponsorship.
And we're doing it anyways, baby. We're doing it anyways.
We're doing it.
So if you have balls and you want to sponsor this podcast, grow some cojones and be a sponsor, baby.
2026, you'll be sponsored by Russia.
Yeah, figurative
happy
cojones
to.
too. If you're a lady
I'd be
without
happy.
testicles, you can still
Just as long as-
sponsor us. We'd probably let you sponsor our
I'm not a Russian, whatever. I just
sleeper agent.
I love their athletes. I love
Badlands.
Yelena Isinbayev, all these guys, Anna Kournikova.
Oh, what a babe.
But outside of that, Russia's awesome, man. Like the hockey players
And the
like
history.
Alexander Ovechkin, Evgeny Malkin. One of my favorite defensemen growing up was Sergei Zubov. Sergei Zubov.
Yeah, I love
was
Sergei
the
Zubov. He
man.
was so good.
Yeah.
Pavel Bure. Pavel Bure was so good. And then you remember how the story of the
Screw
mob.
Nikolai Habibulin. Screw that guy.
Yeah, screw the Berlin Wall.
Screw
But Pavel
Bulin.
Bure was electric. McGillney was electric.
Oh,
Mogilny,
Mogilny was
Datsyuk,
absolute.
Datsyuk was
Pavel
so good.
Bure in
Malkin.
Florida?
I think Malkin honestly gets not enough shine for how good of a center he's been for that long.
Yeah.
Even though he was the number 2 pick behind Ovechkin, the greatest goal scorer in NHL history. Malkin has more cups. Malkin, I think their point
even has
totals
a
are even
Conn Smythe.
close. And he has a Conn Smythe.
And Ovechkin has a consequence, but that was more so given to him.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll give you this. The greatest move that Canada could do is put Tom Wilson on a team. That will give him a shot against.
Honestly,
US.
I think that is a good look because think of better wingers out there, and there's not too many like Marner, Hyman, Jarvis. Like who else are you really looking for winger depth? I think Wilson does play a role. He is more offensively talented than a lot of people give him credit for, and he has toned his game down.
And he changes the tone of the game.
And he does bring that every time he's on the ice. Everybody keeps your freaking head
And,
up.
and if nobody's able to stand up against him, he can take over games.
Imagine
That's
that
crazy.
Imagine that stare down between Brady Tkachuk and
That's what I mean. Like,
Tom Wilson. Even though Sam Bennett more than held his own against Brady, that was a wicked fight.
and you need guys like that.
And then Sam Bennett scores the goal to tie the game to get us off the schneid.
Like that's the only chance Canada has. Imagine it's 1-1 going into the third period, and frickin' Tom Wilson dumps the puck in and just rams right through Quinn Hughes.
I would love to
Like
see that,
that
because
would change everything because
my God.
then whoever stands up, they have to try to deal with him.
not that I don't like Quinn Hughes, but that guy is so slippery. I don't understand how guys don't lay a check into
He
that
likes
guy.
slippery
But I
guys,
guarantee you,
Especially Celebrini.
that
guys.
speed.
Celebrini.
Cute.
Celebrini's slippery.
Cute.
That's what I mean. He likes that Top Gun volleyball.
But I think the overtime winner goes to J-Ro. He's Canada fan. He picks Canada. He likes our depth.
Okay.
And I think that's
No.
our gold medal winner. But who's your bronze medal game and who wins it?
I think it's going to be Sweden and probably maybe Finland. But I think Sweden's going to get the bronze.
Okay, Sweden wins bronze. Yeah, I'm going to say the Czechs do pretty well this year, and I think they end up in the bronze medal game.
Klapka? Is Klapka getting a call?
Klapka's going to play, yeah.
Oh,
And I think the Czechs beat Sweden for bronze medal.
I think
It's a risk. I'm going on a limb here,
I
but
think Canada loses to Finland for bronze.
oh, look at a hater. Sweden, America in the final. Yeah, right. Well, you heard it here, folks. That's our overtime, concluding on a beautiful goal, a patriotic goal, a goal that reminds and mirrors and reflects the greatest goals scored by some of our favorite Canadian hockey heroes during Olympic time. So J-Ro with the nice goal in overtime. Hope you enjoyed being on the show. We really enjoyed having you. And we'll have you again sometime whenever it fits. And for J-Ro, for Tim, I'm Zach May. Thank you for tuning in to the Quest for Fire podcast. And you guys have a happy, safe holiday Yuletide season. Till next time.